What's up guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, then welcome to our little corner of the internet. Today we're going to be watching a video titled I asked Brits if America has done more good or bad in its history. The results shocked me, which I think this will be a very interesting video to watch. I think most likely they're going to say more good, because nowadays, like, if you view the world in general, honestly, America is such a huge part of everything that it's almost impossible to say that they've done more bad. I mean, I couldn't imagine the world in any other way, even though like everything is not going as it's supposed to go maybe right now, but you know, in general. So without further ado, let's see what this video is about.
July the 4th, 2026 will be the 250th anniversary of American independence. But has America been a force for good or ill on the world stage? We decided to ask the great British public. Do you think America has been, across the course of its history, a force for good or ill in the world?
Oh, definitely good.
Good,
100%. 100%. Those who don't think it is, when you look at the big picture, you know, they're idiots. You know, there are decisions that we kind of disagree with, but if you compare it to other countries, you know, to standing up against, you know, the Soviet Union, that was pretty evil. Yeah. You look at what the Chinese are doing now. You look at,
and of course, Nazi Germany, Imperial Japan.
You know,
even the British Empire.
Well, I would disagree with that. I think the British Empire was very much a force for good. I mean, it ended slavery. It did lots of great things, but I think there's a lot of history has really been told by people who want to kind of push a narrative. I think American history, the American narrative, is told in a very negative way. So I think America has been great for the world. I'm very pro-American.
So we're approaching the 250th anniversary of American independence. Over the course of its history, do you think America has done more good or harm for the world?
Harm.
Really?
I'd say so, only just because I feel like they have taken over a lot of countries and things.
Well, apparently there is two different opinions. I mean, I get why someone would say it's caused harm, but more harm than good? No.
And I think they maybe think they're bigger than they actually are. I know they're like a superpower, but there are other countries now coming up that are just as good and aren't causing so much chaos.
Yeah. Well, I suppose the counter-argument would be, you know, they helped defeat Nazism in World War II, they helped defeat the Soviet Union. So many inventions have come from America, so aeroplanes, submarines, so much modern innovation comes from America, you know, Microsoft, Apple.
I'm not denying that they don't have lots of innovation in things, but there's also other countries as well, like China, for example, who have great innovations as well. So I don't know. I think there's some good and bad for each country, but I think not necessarily. I don't think like America is like the best of the best or like the main.
Girl, but you said it's caused more harm. It's an easy question, and clearly that's the wrong answer. And she's saying it. She doesn't think it's like. She thinks basically America is arrogant, is what she's saying. That's what she thinks. So she's like, yeah, but I think she also agrees that it's done more good than bad.
The main one anymore, and I feel like there's other countries coming up that can kind of haven't done as bad things and are still doing really well with themselves. So I think maybe America tend to potentially bully people as well, whereas I feel like other countries maybe sit more on the fence and it's not necessarily a bad thing to do so.
Can you imagine a world without the United States? Because we're so immersed in American culture.
I mean, they have Hollywood and stuff, so.
Yeah.
Girl, I love that this is like happening while Beyonce is singing in the background. Isn't she from Houston? Is she? Maybe she's not.
and the music.
Yeah,
like
and the music. No, I think they're amazing in regards to that. So, no, like Hollywood and the music industry, they're obviously, they trailblaze in regards to that. So, yeah. I can't imagine them in regards to that, like the entertainment industry for sure.
Yeah, we're approaching the 250th anniversary of American independence on July the 4th.
Why am I so into this video? I'm like, careful what you say.
Do you think that over the course of its history, America has been a force for good or ill in the world?
It's difficult. Personally, I'd say good, because I think just looking around the world, like so much has come from America.
Yeah.
Completely see how like it is basically an empire in itself today, and they start a lot of proxy wars all around the world.
But a good empire overall.
Personally, yes.
Yeah.
Personally, yes. I think compared to other countries, if there's one to rule as bad as it is, I'd rather America did, if you see what I'm saying.
Yeah. We're approaching the 250th anniversary of American independence. Do you think that in the course of its history, America's been a force for good or ill on the world stage?
That's a tricky question.
Yeah.
I think
We asked the big questions.
I guess it's which way you're looking at it, like politically,
I
or
suppose
economically,
overall,
socially.
encompassing all those disparate elements.
I would say it's done less good
Really? You think?
than evil. Yeah.
Less good than evil?
Well, I think it's just.
Oh, sorry, you mean more good than evil?
No, I think it's more evil.
Oh, more
than
evil
good.
than good,
Yeah, I
really?
think it's just a BTEC Europe, isn't it?
Interesting. Because I guess an American would say, like, obviously they helped defeat Nazi Germany, they helped
Through
defeat
the creation and use of
Soviet
an atomic
Union.
bomb.
That was Japan. but yes, they probably would have used it if it hadn't come. That's interesting. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think I would. I think it used to be seen as a much better place, but now we're all coming to know that actually it's.
But again, it's an actual, like, it doesn't mean that in the course of its history. I mean, we should make a scale about this, like all the good things and all the bad things. Like, you know, when you get into a new relationship and you put all the good and the cons and the pros, that's, you know, and then weigh it. But I very much thought that it would be worse.
Not as an exciting place to go anymore. It's more so scary, expensive, more cultural things to do closer to home.
So what do you think has changed in the past few years then? If your opinions changed quite recently?
I think a lot of things in the news that are shown about the US are definitely changing people's perceptions of going there.
Do you think the news is always fair though?
But I think a lot
of
of the issues that like the European countries have had, they've got over in the last 20, 30 years, like gun violence and crazy race riots, and the US is still facing so many of those issues on such a large scale.
Yeah.
So it seems like the US is unable to like surmount a lot of its issues that Europe has left behind, and it seems a little bit like culturally stuck in the past for that reason.
But we're approaching the 250th anniversary of American independence on 4th of July.
Right.
Do you think that over the course of its history, America has a net positive or net negative impact on the wider world? Not the United States.
Over what? Over its entire
its
existence?
entire history, yeah. 250 years.
I suppose it's been up and down, but I would say overall, I mean, look, we're just surrounded by
American culture.
a kind of American culture and commerce. So I would say, and a lot of it we thrive on. So it's difficult to deduct the effect that America's had on us from the world as we know it. It's very difficult for us to picture that world, I think, now.
Yeah.
And probably even more so because of social media and all the rest of it. We're so integrated.
Yeah.
It's almost hard to see us separately enough to be able to imagine
you
that.
almost can't imagine a world without the United States.
Not really. I mean, you know, I'm quite old, and all the time so I mean, being a younger person than me now, they surely can't imagine what it would be like without the kind of influence of American culture and business on the way we live our lives and the way the world looks. So, I mean, I'm sure in many ways it's very positive, but like any kind of dominant.
I wish I could like have X-ray vision, but for things like where they come from. Like if I looked around this room, can I see like where things are manufactured? Because I'm pretty sure so much stuff comes from America, and also like different foods, clothing, music, movies, film. I mean, they get inspired by American film as well from Hollywood. So series, there's so many American series that I've seen that have been recreated in Europe as like for example Spanish. People have made their Spanish version of American series. It's everywhere.
Culture, there are going to be some negatives as well, things that suit them more than suit us, maybe.
So we're approaching the 250th anniversary of American independence on July the 4th. Do you think across its history, America has been a force for good or ill in the world?
Start with the easy questions. I mean, I'd say force for bad, but...
You reckon? Why?
I guess like the amount of wars that America's either started, funded, its involvement in I can see you're about to come in.
I suppose an American would say that a lot of those wars they were on like the good side. In the Second World War, they fought the Nazis. In the Cold War, they fought communism.
That's maybe an exception, but like
Go
for
what
it.
about American culture? Do you think that's been a positive or negative force?
I definitely think there's like influenced a lot of like consumerism in a bad way.
Yeah.
I guess like my sort of like political opinions don't really fit into like the sort of ultra-capitalist consumerism that you will see in the US now. Or like they're sort of like, and I do think that's kind of like infiltrated into the UK, especially when you look at like in the 80s, like Reagan, a lot of inspiration from like Thatcherism or like books like Hayek's like Road to Serfdom, like a lot of those concepts about like ultra-liberalism, individualism. I don't think I can see like where it has like a certain place in like society, but I think it's like overridden a lot of like a lot of concepts about like what society means and like.
Actually, a very, very good response when you're asked like that, like in public, suddenly a question like this. It's even if we don't agree maybe with every one of these, I don't know what you guys think, but it's I like people who can make their statement with no disrespect and explain themselves even if I don't agree with them. What? You know what I mean? I just said this to someone who was in my comment section yesterday, who stated their opinion that I didn't necessarily agree with, but if I liked the way they stated their opinion, so I was like, it's nice to see that someone can, respectfully discuss.
I think in general, like, encourage people to be a lot more selfish.
Yeah.
Which I think has been to the detriment of society.
Do you think American independence was a mistake? Would it be better if they were still part of the empire?
Well, I don't agree with the concept of an empire in the first place anyway, so I guess that's a tricky question for me to really answer.
So we are heading to the 250th anniversary of American independence. Do you think over the course of its history, America's done more good or bad in the world?
Probably good.
Good, really? Because obviously you've got the Second World War, they're on the right side, they've got the Cold War, beating communism, so they've got so much technology. Are those the things you're thinking of, or is there anything else?
I don't know, it's just like it owns a lot of brands and
Oh, that was the video. It owns a lot of brands. Okay. But yeah, that was an interesting one, guys. That was an interesting one. But I personally think that probably more good. I mean, come on, there's so many things that come from America that it's like insane. It's insane. But yeah. Thank you guys for joining me for this video. I really hope you liked it. Please leave your thoughts in the comments below. Leave a like, subscribe if you haven't yet. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!